So one of my favorite things to hunt on the new map of Alberta is actually the mule deer. And well, I thought today we kind of head up in the mountains and see how many big ones we could possibly get. We're going to be doing some hunting with either the 308 or, depending on how big it is and how far it is, we might end up using the 9.3 drilling rifle. Holy, we just found an absolute massive muley buck. He's out there at about 300 yards, trotting through over the top of that tree there. And I don't know if we're gonna get a shot from this angle, but we might. There's the edge of the hill right there, but if he turned broadside... Okay, we got him stopped right there. That's actually borderline a shot. Alright, I finally caught up to his trail and we got tracks right here. But it seems like he just keeps on trotting up the hill. I'm not sure where he's gonna come out at, but... wherever it is, we'll be ready for him. At least, I hope. Fresh tracks there, headed this way. Right, there's his trail. It kind of looks like he's working his way down along the side of this mountain, but not quite going up it. I was hoping he was going to go up the mountain, but it looks like he's just going kind of parallel with it. Well, what looks like is going to be happening is he's leading us to this second lake over here, and there's a good chance we may actually run into a different mule deer. Hopefully we find him, but if we find a bigger one, I suppose I wouldn't really complain too much. Oh, there we go. That is a giant. I don't think he's really bigger than the other one, but he's plenty big. And at 350 yards, we could go for a shot. I'd say that should have been an epic shot. Alright, let's get over there and see if we can't find that other giant. Bison. I mean, we're not going to pass him up. 250 yards out. We'll see if we can't put a perfect drop shot on this buck. Drilled him. Oh, that might be him. Hold on, guys. This might be the buck we're looking for. Where'd he go? Well, that wasn't him. But for the time being, this is still a pretty cool buck right here. And a 236, double lunged him at 248 yards with the 9.3. Got him behind the front shoulder, which didn't quite drop him, but still did quite the number. And that's an awesome looking buck. Look at the G2s on that thing. Alright, so at least we got one of the two giants. I don't know where the other one went, but we got good blood right here. And he shouldn't be far away. He really shouldn't be. Not only that, we got roughly an hour left to check out a couple other spots here. So we'll do that first, right after we find this big buck. So we have him marked over here, actually. We must have only gotten a single lung because the shot was so far that the penetration just kind of disintegrated when it hit. And here he is. Either way, here's our buck. Ooh, it is still a giant. It's going to be a 260.99. And we did connect on a left lung at 350 yards. It was quartered so far, and we were shooting downwards, so you can see we really didn't have a whole lot of velocity when we hit upon impact. But perfect shot placement on that buck. And a huge muley is down. You know, in fact, I think the other one is almost identical in size to this one, so it'd be pretty cool if we could find him. Right over here. And that's the one that I'm talking about right there. So we're going to go for a shot on him. Right there. Alright, that should do good. But that's actually not even the buck I was talking about. I don't really know where... Oh, there he is. No wonder I couldn't see him. He's actually in the brush. There he is. Is that even him? Ooh, that's gonna be a tough shot. we're gonna have to slide over on this one. Meanwhile, we're gonna reload and get in a better position for the shot. There's our buck. And now he's walking the complete opposite direction, which is gonna make things even worse. Well, I guess we gotta try for a back of the neck shot. And now I lost him. There he is. Got it. Perfect back of the neck shot at about 300 yards. Right there. Man, that was cool. I didn't think we'd honestly be able to pull that off. I really didn't think so. But now that we got these two down, we can get back over here and find the other giant. All right, here he lays. This is still the wrong buck. Kind of an amazing shot though, 267 yards. And we pulled off a neck shot. Yeah, we shot the wrong buck again. We literally shot the wrong buck twice in a row. Both times we shot the exact same racked buck here. So that means, well, I guess the good thing is that means that there's another very impressive buck in this herd that's going the same exact direction that we're going in order to catch up to the other big one. All right, here's this one. We made a pretty good shot on him. Double lung at 240 is not bad. Quarter directly away from us as well. And the 215. Pretty cool looking whitetail rack. But yeah, now let's get over here and see if we can't catch up to the rest of that herd. And then hopefully we get eyes on our giant. Oh, that might be the one that we want right there, as a matter of fact. Come on, move, 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 move. I can't see him. There he is, there he is, there he is. Well, it's not the buck, but it's definitely one of them, and he is smoked. All right, he was standing right here, or there, so he was, I guess, kind of trotting. We took the shot there, got a vital hit, and there lays our buck. Again, this is still not the one I was looking for, but it's definitely a good one. 222, and we connected on double lung. But where is the big one? Well, we know the giant's over here somewhere. But there he is. I'm just sitting there looking at him besides. Oh, there's no shot. Oh, come on. Well, I'll tell you one thing. We got him in the absolute perfect position right now to be able to get a shot. All we got to do is wait till he calms down and gets out there broadside, or at least turns broadside. We'll take a trotting shot. At this point, I'm definitely down for a trotting shot. The fact that we came all the way down here to this valley and we can't see him anymore is kind of mind-blowing to me. Those are all sheep there. Found him. Found him, found him, found him. Now just find the big buck. First shot wasn't good, but the second shot was absolutely money, and we got him. Whew. Meanwhile, we're getting attacked by some more bison here. But we got the one that we wanted. Finally, we went 0 for 2. Actually, 0 for 3, technically, but the third one was still a good one. And the fourth one is the right one. All right, he was right here, and there he lays. He didn't go 20 yards. And he's piled up right here. We finally got him. Looks like we only did hit him once. 237.85. And we took a quartering away running shot at 120 yards and got double lung. Very cool. Actually, this buck's even more cool than the last one that we got because he's got split G2s on both sides, but the other side, one side he's got like a 270 rack and the other side he's got a 230 rack. So it's honestly really, really unique and super cool to see this buck. So we just came down along this next ridge here, and sure enough, the first buck that I see is our giant. He's right down there on the bottom of this lake. It's just extremely difficult to be able to see him through all these trees. And he's facing kind of directly at me, which, oh, I think that was him. Yep, that's him. There he is right there. You can see he's facing directly at us. So that's not ideal for a shot, not even the slightest bit. which would then mean we have to slide all the way left. Because if we go right, then we won't be able to see them because they'll be behind that hill there. So we essentially have to go all the way left to get to a spot where we can potentially get a shot. Maybe we could slide way over here and get up on this mountain. That might work out even better. Now, the thing is, as soon as we get over here, it's going to be more than a 300-yard shot. So we're probably going to have to make sure we use the 308. If we use the drilling rifle, the 9.3, we're not going to have as flat of a shooting ability with it. All right, we got slid all the way over, and there is our buck. Right behind those trees. But now we're talking 400 plus yards, so we're for surely gonna have to use the 308. I finally got to a spot where we can see him. Right there. That's a long ways out there. But that's a perfect angle for the shot. 430 yards. That is how far we're gonna take the shot. I felt confident. Oh my god, we smoked him. We absolutely just drilled that buck. Might have gotten double lung. The percentage went down so fast that we might have gotten double lung. Now, we jumped up something here. I wasn't sure if there was a buck or two does or what. Looks like there is a buck. And a doe. And another buck. Don't know where these even came from because we literally just took the shot. But I already saw these before we even took the shot. So what's odd is they're nowhere even near where they should be, which is over here. But anyways, we connected. We got what we wanted to have happen. Mission accomplished. Now we can go down here. For one, take a look at how far that shot was, how accurate it was, and then find out just how big that buck really was in the end. Now the question is he bigger than the 260 that we got in the beginning? I don't know if he is or not. Estimate wise, it seems like he should be, but I don't know if he's going to be. And look at how far this buck actually ran, even though we did make a pretty perfect shot. We took the shot right here, and he ran all the way over to the edge of, guess what happened right here? This is the spot that we found our great one mule deer. Right here he was laying. And now we got this massive 257 gold mule deer piled up right next to it. Our shot was a 428 yard double lung shot. Now I held a little bit lower than what I normally would have because we were shooting high downwards at that far of a distance. You don't have to hold as high as you really think. And we actually did get a good bit of raise. Wow. I mean, if you think about it, the kinetic energy and the exit of that bullet would have came out pretty much dead center, even still a little bit high on the other side, but more so center body mass on the other side. And so it connected perfectly. Okay, you won't believe what we just found. I was over here looking for some. Well, right there it is. I don't even have to explain anymore. That right there is a giant diamond potential wood bison. In fact, I think it might be a guaranteed diamond. 154 minimum to 169. He is ginormous. So he's out there at 150 yards, but we do have the 375 Magnum here. And so pretty much, if he steps out in the open, right around there, we're gonna smoke him. And we did! Down to 25%, and he's gonna pile up. Still going. Still, or maybe he's not still going. I guess he went down quicker than I thought. Huh. He went down almost instantly. Yeah, we're hunting for a Manitoban elk, and all of a sudden this random herd of bison started trotting my direction here. Next thing you know, I looked and it had a super high estimate. Well, let's see what we got here. It's gonna be a diamond, our first diamond wood bison, 160.53 diamond, and we got a double lung shot at 126 yards. Our shot was actually kind of perfect. It's just I was trying to catch heart, but I guess we were a little bit too high. Still had a ton of penetration using the 375 Magnum, and it busted right through that shoulder blade and got some incredible penetration. Wow, that is something. Whew. Let's get him mounted. Let's get him mounted. And there we go. Man, that thing was huge. Look at the size of the horns on that thing and how it curls up. Incredible amount of mass and just a massive, massive bull bison. Holy. What does this thing weigh? 2,783 pounds. Yep. Now let's take a look at how big it was. 160, so 158 you need to get at least for a diamond. Wow. Well, on that note, that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.